Ugh. Well, while no one's here and no one's watching me, I think I'll have a speckled hen. Why not? Why the hell not? Why the hell not? No one can see what a drunken person that I am. Yo, oh my God. Oh, 6 people are here. 6 people are here. Okay. Good evening, 6 people. How are you? Cheers. I'm drinking a nice speckled hen tonight. Oh, get over there. Get over there. Okay, 12 people are here anyway. I've got the dirty dozen are here. No, not that dirty dozen, but it's still a dirty dozen. Sean Moore, Bay O'Clock. Cheers to you, Sean. Nice to have you here. Oh, that's so damn good. Martin White, Derek Mack, high five. Sean Griffiths, Alan Hunter. Great to see you all, guys. Brian Hudson, Seamus Doherty. Hi, he's drinking Jameson tonight. Good for you, mate. Good for you. No potato. Okay, Charlie is. I don't know what that's. Well, I do know what that's all about, but I'm not, but never mind. Kevin Smythe, Damon Simmons, evening, handsome Ed. Good evening, Damon. Okay, Carl Timpany. Good evening to you all. Adrian Tapping. I am Spartacus. So am I. I'm Spartacus, and so is my wife. All 20 stone of her. Okay, Niall M. Good evening, Eddie. Devil's Den. Little's lasagna tonight, Eddie. No, I've got my favourite from Sainsbury's tonight. I don't normally make it to Sainsbury's for some reason. I don't know why. It's not that expensive. But I've got Sainsbury's finest tonight. All will be revealed. I will reveal everything later. Paul. Okay, Neil Battlestein. Thailand will be open by end of October, no matter what the government is planning of the economic. I don't know. Things look pretty now, don't they? There's no surety about anything. Paul Kerr. Good evening from Suriname. Suriname. That's Africa, right? Am I right? Yeah. Good for you, mate. Good for you. Pinball. I am Tilt. Good evening to you all. Peter Blue. Moonlight. Well, that's a bit of a sweeping statement. That one, isn't it? Thailand is finished. No, it's not finished. No. Bloody hundreds and thousands of years. Of history and culture in a wonderful country like that. No, it's not. It's not finished. Tucson John. Good evening. Good evening, Tucson John. Good evening from. Well, from Steady Eddie to Tucson in Arizona. Okay, good for you, mate. Martin Powell. Is this a YouTube comment? Is this in the chat and YouTube? Mexico wouldn't do for me. Right, okay. Okay, I'm Spartacus. Hi, Eddie. I wear my underpants in the shower because I don't like to look down on the unemployed. Okay, good for you, mate. Good for you. Okay, 120 in the chat. Okay, right. Now, today I got up and I wanted to say, I've got to make a decision sooner or later. My target date for being on an airplane and getting the hell out of it and starting my life again is Monday, September the 6th. Now, that's about 5.5 weeks away. Okay. And I'm determined that that's going to be the date. Now, today, I woke up and I thought, now is the time. Now is the time. Okay? What am I going to do? I'm going to book that flight. I want to book that flight. And I want to come in this live stream tonight and I want to say, good evening, gents. I booked the flight. Okay? Steady Eddie Squeaky Dog. Go to Maxwell, buddy. All right. Tune in for another live stream as well. Mr. Mitch, good to see you, Eddie. Hope you're well. Nice to hear from you, Mr. Mitch. Okay? Plenty of people here. 140 in the chat. Okay. I woke up today and I thought, okay, now is the time. Never mind getting on the internet and doing all the usual stuff, looking at all my favorite movie actresses, my movie actresses, and on the red tube and all that kind of stuff. Okay, what I'm going to do today is right at the start of the day, I'm going to book a flight before this morning is out. I am going to book a flight. Okay, so I grabbed my laptop. I you know, brought her into bed with me because I couldn't be bothered getting up. You know, I'm getting that kind of age. It's struggle to get out of bed. And I said, okay, fine, that's it. I'm going to book a flight, but first of all, I've got to sort out this voucher, right? Now, let me talk a little bit about the voucher. Now, many of you remember that I, after almost being stranded in Thailand at the end of last March, I came back here, but I was confident that things would be better towards the end of the year, last year, 2020. So on July the 4th last year, I booked a flight to Bangkok. It was a return ticket. It was from the beginning of November 2020 to the beginning of March 2021. Okay, 4 months from the sun, right? So I booked that flight, and things got worse. Things got worse, and because long story short, before the time came around, they cancelled the flight, and I thought, you know, this pandemic soap opera is going to outlive Coronation Street, East End. There's even bloody Crossroads, and whatever. It's going to go on longer than any of them. So I kind of got dispirited, and I got in touch with the airline and said, okay, you cancel my flight, give me my money back, and I'll whatever. Now they, you know, muck me around a little bit, as they do. Lastminute.com, by the way, yes. So I thought, to hell with this. I'll do what I've done on previous occasions, go to the credit card company. And the credit card company have been really great in the past. No mucking about, got me money back, whatever. And in this situation, I explained to them, and the credit card company did indeed get my money back, about £550, something like that, okay? In the meantime, the lastminute.com had sent me some kind of a voucher, which I wasn't interested in. I was not interested in it, okay? So the credit card company got me my money back. A couple of months later, they took the money out of my account again, my credit card account. And I thought, what the hell was this? And I went back to the credit card company. They said, and the lady there tried to fob me off. She said, you know, you're lucky to get a voucher. Some people didn't get anything because an awful lot of people lost out last year, okay? So basically, to cut long story short, I'm lumbered with this voucher, which I didn't ask for. I got the voucher around about December time. It's actually valid until the 4th of December this year. Now, I'm not sure whether that means just my outbound flight or my inbound flight was late. I'm not so sure about that right now. But anyway, I've got this voucher, so I dug it out again. And I woke up and I got on the internet and I typed in flights to Mexico. Yes, I thought, just do it, boy. Just do it, right? So I typed in flights to Cancun for maybe 6 months or just under 6 months. I typed in flights. They look quite reasonably enough. I tried to use this voucher and it wasn't having it. It was not having it. It just wasn't registering the code that I've been given for this voucher. So it said, I then thought, went through a few other things and, listened to what a lot of people were saying. Somebody said this week, wouldn't it be good, Ed, if, Mexico is probably in the hurricane season about September, October. What you should do is maybe head out to places like Greece and Turkey. And, well, it was going on and on and on and on about it. What I've done is I thought, yeah, that would be good. For September, okay, a month. There's still something really iffy about America. Sorry, Mexico. So I looked a little bit at Crete, the island of Crete, okay, which is a bit good. I thought, okay, to start off, simply to get me back into the swing of traveling, how about a month in Crete? And the Greek islands, I've been to one of the Greek islands before. They look absolutely fantastic. And I'm sure I would have a good time in, the month of September, because I know the weather is fantastic at that time. So again, I checked out flights and I thought, what the hell? Now, the thing about this voucher, it's for about £550. £550, but you can get a cheaper flight and then use the remainder of it, until it's all used up. So it's pretty good that way, okay? So basically, I tried to book a return ticket for a month to Crete, the island of Crete. And again, the voucher it wouldn't have it. It wouldn't have it. So I'm going to I'll tell you the rest of it in a minute. Let's just have a little bit of look at the chat. David R, I knew you were going to get screwed with that voucher. Well, you know, it's not over just yet. I wouldn't actually say that just yet, but, you know, I felt that way this morning. Daniel Bell, I got many travel vouchers from them. Sim Lee, Charlie sits next to sexy when I go to, okay, fine. Okay, fine. Daniel Bell, they make it very hard to redeem. Yeah, that's the way it seems to me, mate. That's the way it seems to me. Kenny Wilson, is this a 3-hour stream to tell us you booked nothing? No, it's going to go on far less than that. MP hurricane season only affects the Gulf. Okay, fine. Mr. Mitch, I know a lot of Kipaks. I was in agreement with you on that I won't be booking anything yet either. Kipaks, go to Mexico, Eddie. Jesus, I may well go to Mexico. But what somebody said to me the other day, and it does make sense, September and October are very, very much the hurricane season. And I like beaches. I like sunny beaches. I want to, you know, when I go abroad, I want to wander down a lovely beach. And the fact is, at that time of year, their climate isn't the best. Places like the Greek islands are at the best around about September and October. So, yeah, you know, I thought just it'll be a soft option. You know, it'll be a soft option. Something just to get me back into the swing of traveling again. So I was looking at the island of Crete. Now, I've been in love with, I've never been to Crete. I've been to the island of Rhodes, which is beautiful. But I've always had an ambition to go to Crete, yes? You know, Crete, which is the largest of the Greek islands. Now, I fell in love with the images of the island of Crete as a kid when I was watching Jason and the Argonauts, yeah? Okay? That's where I first heard of the island of Crete. This wonderful movie, you know, this historical fantasy movie with all those, you know, those good-looking guys wearing skirts, you know, battling skeletons, you know, the swords and battling skeletons and monsters and chopping the heads off hydras, and that amazing scene when you know, they're sailing through the waters and the clashing rocks, and all of a sudden Neptune comes out and pushes the rocks. I mean, Crete, Jesus God Almighty, the island of Crete. You know, give me a bit of that. I want to go out there and I want to battle skeletons and all this kind of stuff. Okay, so Crete, I've got an idea that the island of Crete, I can easily use up a month there. Like, it looks bloody good to me. Daniel Mills, Crete is nice. Okay, he's been there. Okay, that's great. I haven't been there yet, so, you know, Crete, I wouldn't mind that. But anyway, back to this voucher, okay? It won't register. They give me this redemption code. It won't register. And then I've got to get in touch with the company. I tried, you know, various websites and researching and emails and got nowhere. I found various numbers and all this kind of crap. And then they play music to you that you don't want to listen to. And after all that, almost given up using various numbers, I achieved my aim. I actually spoke to a human being. I mean, I couldn't believe it. I actually phoned up. There was a bloody human being at the other end of the line. It was a woman with a very nice sort of European accent. You know, when she picked up the phone, she said, "Oh, hello." It was like, Jesus Christ, I'm talking to a human here, not a bloody robot, you know, or listening to music that I don't want to listen to. I'm actually talking to a person. So I told her the script, and she said, "We've still got your voucher redemption code live and active." I said, "Well, maybe you're live and active, but it's not bloody very active when I'm trying to book a flight." So, you know, she's trying to make out that it's my browser, okay? No, you leave my browser alone, okay? My browser, my laptop. Now, I explained to her, that's actually two vouchers. There's this 20 quid gift voucher, which I didn't ask for. Bloody patronising, if you ask me. There's 20 quid gift voucher, and then there's the £530 other voucher, the main voucher. And when I told her that it's not to do with my computer, that's working fine, is that the voucher, the 20 quid voucher, actually works. That actually works. When I input the code for the voucher, it works. It's the other one that doesn't work. So anyway, I was absolutely thrilled to actually get through to a human being who didn't patronise me and said she'll get back and she'll have a word with the team and whatever. So the end result is that I didn't book my flight today. I'm waiting for the email to come back with a voucher redemption code that actually bloody works. You know what I mean? It's frustrating, so frustrating. Anyway, I've waffled on. there's almost 300 in the chat now, so I haven't bored it's there's still some people who are still awake anyway. Okay, I've waffled on and on and on. So let's have a little look at the chat now. I've said me piece. I've had me rant. Red tape, man. Red tape. I can't stand it. Oh, lovely speckled then. What have we got here now? Daniel Bell needs to be linked to your email. It is. Like I just said a moment ago, one of the vouchers, the 20 quid patronising bloody gift, that does actually work. So why doesn't the other one work? I don't know. I don't know. And I've checked the number that they gave me, the exact number, and it works. Sorry, I mean, it is the exact number that they gave me, but that doesn't work. Okay, now let's see. Now, what is the chat been saying? Leo Malley used my vouchers yesterday, going to Croatia. Never, okay, Mexico. Mr. Mitz, Mexico was looking pretty good. Mexico, do you know, it was my first choice when I got on and I was determined to book a flight today. My first choice, Mexico, 6 months in Mexico. You know, then I thought, it's a bit of a gamble that way, because the fact is that, you know, a lot of people may not be keen on Mexico, and you know, where. But also the idea that September and October is the hurricane season, and no mile could be a lot of rain there. So I think an island like Crete will be good for starters if I can get there for the month of September, because I know for I know that part of the world well. I lived in Turkey, you know. I had a place out there for quite a while, and the climate in that part of the world is fantastic. It's baking hot and it's perfect, you know, for, you know, icy cold beer and all. I wouldn't mind it. Yeah, really, I think I'd enjoy that. So anyway, where are we now? Who's this now? Let's see. Book it now while we're live, Eddie. Book it now. I need to get my bloody voucher. I could book it. I could do it with my credit card, but I've got this 5,500 quid voucher that, you know, I want to use up. I want to use up. Now, Paddy, Frey Bentis tonight. Wrong. Kenny Rose, a girl at work, just gone to Madeira. Well, I'll tell you what, Madeira, I've never been there. It looks very, very nice. That's an island from Portugal. You know, I'll tell you what, one of my favorite Italian, I think it was an Italian vampire movies was filmed in Madeira, the female vampire. This beautiful vampire who was nice and hit. Oh no, I'm not going to go there again. I'm not going to go there again. Okay. David R, just stay home, Ed. Save up for the badass trip next year. That's what I'm doing. I'm too old to do that, man. I'm too old to be looking at next year and next year. You know, I mean, I lost it. You know, the last winter was the first winter in 20 years that I haven't travelled. And okay, I'll probably work more. I'll probably put a few more quid in my pocket. I need to travel, man. I've got to start my life. Life's too old to say next year, because next year will come and then you'll be saying next year. No, I need to start my life again soon, in a month's time or whatever. You know, Bryn Roberts, Crete, excellent, Ed. Okay, fine, that sounds good. Richard, Crete versus Cambodia for visiting rooms. I want to line a beat, to be honest with you. Spartan 300. Hi, Eddie from New Zealand. Kenny, hello, Spartan. Kenny wrote it. Greece sounds like soy 6. Does it? I don't know. I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that. No. I don't think I'll be going there for that, to be honest. I want to go somewhere where there's beautiful beaches, there's lovely cultural villages and friendly people, and it's safe. And I'm pretty sure the Greek islands are very, very safe. And, you know, I can have nice food in a hot climate and cold beer and relax. And Crete looks good to me. I've always wanted to go there. Jonathan Baldwin, Crete is quality. Get to Malia. Okay, that sounds good. Nice to hear from you, Jonathan. Daniel Mills, Hieronesus is nice in Crete. Okay, this is good. This is good. Eddie and the Scouse Notes. Okay, sounds like a pop group, doesn't it? Paul Robinson, I'm in the UK, Eddie. I'm in Colombia. Would you do it? You would do all right. I've been here for just over a month. Good for you, mate. Good for you, Paul. Colombia. Wow. It's a long winter ahead, you know. It's a long winter ahead. If I can get to Crete for the month of September, and I don't think I'd stay there longer than that. I think a month will be enough to explore the island and relax and you know have a, you know, lay back, maybe make a few videos, in a very very relaxed way. But then towards October, November, later on the autumn, towards the winter, I'd be looking at doing other things. So, Crete for starters. That's what I wouldn't mind doing. Kipax, was it a lady from Soy 6 on the phone, Eddie? No, she sounded nice, but no, she quoted in euros rather than Thai baht. Stephen Plum, thank you for that vulgar comment. Joshua's Journey. India is the cheapest. Everyone speaks English and the food is amazing. Yeah. It's also on the red list. It's also deep on the red list. You know, we're having problems with India at the moment. Fred Johnson, I heard today they're suspending Phuket Summit from... Fred Johnson, I heard today they're suspending Phuket Sandwich from 1st to 14th of August. They've only just started, haven't they? Phuket Sandwich, what a rip-roaring success that was. About as successful as the last Phuket I did. I'm sorry to say that, Thailand, what I'm hearing from other Thai vloggers, Thailand, my thoughts go with them. I think Thailand and those wonderful people out there are going to be in working in the entertainment industry are going to be suffering big time. And I can't. Can you see Thailand's being alive by the start of the peak season this year, which is in November? I don't think it will be. I really don't. Adam Mortimer. All travels to Phuket now banned because of high cases. Well, that was another disaster, wasn't it, then, in that case? Yeah, let's see. Eddie, the Scousers. Eddie, would you Roger the Dodger? Okay, there's Roger the Dodger coming up later. Got some good ones there. We're staying tuned for that. Steve Runshaw. Okay, yeah, okay, fine and dandy. Tony Edwards, who's your favourite actress on RedTube, Eddie? I'll tell you what, an awful lot of those. Can I say PORN? Actors, actresses, they're doing YouTube channels these days, aren't they? A lot of them are doing YouTube channels. They have lots of following them. I'm subscribed to it. I actually subscribed to a few. It's just good fun watching these people that you see in all these, situations in these movies. Now doing YouTube. I quite kind of like Adriana Chechnik. Adriana Chechnik. She's a little cutie. Riley Reid is a well-known one. She's got a YouTube channel. Adrian Chechnik, she does a daily YouTube. She sits in like a little studio, like talking. She's quite funny. Oh, okay. Let's see. Owen, try Malta. Loads of massage parlours and gentlemen's club. I don't know. It's only a little place. I haven't heard really good reviews about the Scousers. Okay. Eddie, would you Roger a ladyboy if you was told you would never have another lady in your life? Simple answer, no. Tony Server, Eddie goes to Ibiza, there's some club, but expensive for the dirty dozen. Oh, yeah, I'm pretty sure it is, mate. Dave Andrew, Ed, forget it. You lost the money on Voucher. Move on and stop moaning, okay? I don't believe I have lost the money, and I think the Voucher will come across. It's just a little bit frustrating, okay? Moaning, I'll moan if I want to. Mr. Bid. To St. John, hurricanes are not really a big risk on the west coast of Mexico. Maybe, but the thing is too, St. John, when I visited tropical, well, no, is Mexico a tropical? I don't think it comes into that category, does it? But when I go to a country which involves beaches, I don't just want the weather to be pretty good. I want it to be exceptional because I really want to get the most out of a beach. You know, in like the Far East, like Thailand, Cambodia, Vietnam, whatever, you get magnificent weather in months like December, January, February, March. Uh, you know, in somewhere like Mexico, and I know they've got great beaches. I have been there before. I went in the month of January and February, and it was wonderful. I don't. If you go out of season, I have been to some of those places out of season, and somehow it's not quite the same. You know, you don't just want it to be pretty good or all right. You want it to be exceptional. So I'd like to stay within the season because I do like beaches, and I like to spend time at a beach in Mexican beach resorts and all that kind of stuff. Dave Cook. Hi, Dave. How are you? It was this, oh, whatever. Somebody's trolling another YouTuber. I'm sure that other YouTuber is, tough enough to, to not worry about it. I don't worry about trolls either. Brian Hodgson. Greeks are really nice, genuine people. Yeah? Have you ever worked in a Greek restaurant? I bloody worked in one. They're not so nice and genuine when you're working in a bloody Greek restaurant. They're not. But that's another story. Let's see. Sean Moore, did they have soapies in Crete? I don't know. I've never been to Crete, but I wouldn't mind a soapy. Let's see. Nick Ross, Eddie, let me put in a nutshell for you. Vietnam has 95 million people now as the delta, the delta bit, and only has it's going to be a disaster. Well, bit of doom and gloom there, bit of doom and gloom. I love Vietnam. Vietnam's a great country. They're closing down like a lot of countries. Cambodia. I've heard that Cambodia, there's a little bit of a spark of something happening there, something positive, but it's going to take a long time. I just think all those countries, Southeast Asian countries, are going to be off the menu this year. Boulder's effort, now that is more like it. That's more like it. Boulder's effort is suggesting a month in Greece, 2 months in Mexico, and then Thailand should be good to go. Okay, but this is more or less along the lines that I'm thinking, mate. Every little bit, take it easy. I like to follow the weather, follow the sun, personally. If I'm going to go abroad, I don't want rain. We've got enough of that. We're in the peak summer in the UK right now. It's bloody piddling down out there. This is January. No, what am I saying? It's July. It's at the end of July. This is peak summer in the UK, and the weather is crap. It's absolute rubbish right now. We're having a fairly dreadful summer right now. So when I go abroad, I want it to deliver the goods. I want to go abroad. I want good weather, not just nice weather. I want good weather, really exceptional. I want really blazing hot sunshine. I want to go into the nice warm waters and a nice beach. I want to drink lovely icy cold beer in a hot climate. I don't want it to be half baked, so I do tend to follow where the sun. And what I'm saying is that somewhere like Mexico and other maybe even the Asian countries or places in Latin America. But Brazil, I once went to Brazil in the month of September, and it was raining. Copacabana Beach, deserted, windy, and whatever. It's not the same. But with countries like Greece, their climate, and Turkey, their climate is really reliable. It's very reliable. If you go there right now, you will get hot sunshine, maybe oppressively too hot. September, the temperature dips a couple of degrees, but September is a perfect month for places like Greece and the Greek islands. It's absolutely perfect. There's no such thing as guaranteed weather. But places like that will come as close as you can possibly get for guaranteed. When I go abroad, I want lovely hot sunshine. I want icy cold beer in a hot climate. I want to walk along the beach. I want to see loads of birds knocking about in skimpy bikinis and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, that's what I want. That's what I could do with. in the month of September. So I think I think that's just about it. Paul Hoskin, hi to you, Paul. How you doing? Wolvesview, Patong is a ghost town, sadly. No, well, there's no good news. I'm not hearing any good news going on in Thailand right now. Jonathan Baldwin, I'll be watching vlogs on Thailand. Very sad. No, absolutely. Poppycorn is here. Okay. Jason the Argonauts was filmed in Italy. It probably was. Do you know something? When I was a kid, that movie was repeated probably once a year on TV, and I watched it every time. So then it was released many years later on the cinema, on the big screen, along with another film which was made, which also featured Ray Harryhausen and special effects. A film called Mysterious Island, which was also a really, really good movie. And they made fantastic movies in those days. They really, really did. Jason and the Argonauts was wonderful. I'd say he was in Jason and the Argonauts. A beautiful actress. And Poppycorn, I'm sure that you remember her. Gorgeous woman called Hannah Blackman. She was featured as a sort of Greek goddess, wasn't she, in some of the scenes? Beautiful. Oh, I think she was one of the original Avengers women as well. Hannah Blackman. Oh, what a gorgeous woman. She was featured in. Oh, I think she was the original MILF. That's what she was, Hannah Blackman. Gorgeous woman. Gorgeous woman. Let's see. Bo Zephyr, Eddie, can you speak any other language? I can't even bloody speak English properly, mate. Okay. I traveled to Latin America. I spent time listening to Spanish tapes and Spanish tapes and maybe a little bit of Portuguese. When I got out there, when I attended it, they just looked at me. Okay, what the hell was that? I felt sort of stupid. I found it wasn't the way for one language. One language that I really, really, really felt that I could pick up was Italian. That was one of the first places I went abroad to, 30 odd years ago. And that is actually quite an easy language. I felt that was an easy language to pick up. And the problem with Italian is that it's not really much use to you outside of Italy. There's not many countries in the world that actually speak Italian. Okay, who's this now? Okay, Tony Stairs, get a grease, Eddie. Got to get into the ice cold ouzo. Yeah, I really fancy. I'd say a month simply relaxing amongst the beaches and the villages of Crete. I really, really would like that for September, and I'm sure I can make some nice laid back videos out of that. I think I really, really would like that. David Ed, this is good. This is good, David Okay, I'm glad you mentioned this. I never even thought about this. I should have done. Ed, let's talk about Amy Winehouse. She died 10 years ago this week. I think she was hot. Okay. Well, whether she was hot or not, Amy Winehouse was very, very, very talented. Jesus, is it 10 years since she's died? I remember when I appeared on the news. I think I'd come home from work on a Saturday. And I looked at the news, and it said, Amy Winehouse has died of alcohol, poison, all the rest. Amy Winehouse died aged 27. Okay, let's do a little tribute to Amy Winehouse. She was wonderful. Not to everyone say she wasn't around for very, very long, just a few years. But she made a couple of albums, and she was a wonderful singer, and she made some fantastic songs. Obviously, she had the right producers and all that kind of stuff with her, right teams around. But she was very, very talented, and I loved Amy Winehouse. I thought her music was fantastic. I think her singing was a little bit corny. It was a little bit too bluesy. It was too, she was trying to sound too American, or in a lot of her songs. But she was a wonderful, wonderful artist. But what I will say about Amy Winehouse, as someone who has followed the music industry for many, many years, for many, many years. What I will say, I can never ever think of a pop star, a rock star, whatever, a celebrity whose death was so predicted as Amy Winehouse. I mean, everyone for a couple of years, everyone expected her to overdose. You follow the media. I mean, it was what it's so very, very sad. But she took all those things that she shouldn't have taken. She was easily led by people, and it's very, very sad and all that. But at the end of the day, you've got to say no to all of that. Say no. Don't let others lead you down the garden path. If other people, want to befriend you and start offering you things that you don't want, but you want to be part of the gang and whatever, it's up to you to be a strong personality. I know what I'm like with the alcohol. I know what I'm like with the alcohol. I'm bad enough. The fact is, in my life, I've never. In my life, I've never taken any drugs or nothing like that. I do not entertain. Somebody offered me something, I wouldn't know what the hell that was. But never ever done nothing like that. I don't even smoke. I've never smoked. I've had a few Cuban cigars and whatever, but don't even smoke. Alcohol's the stuff that I do. But she should not have taken all of that stuff. She was only a young girl. She shouldn't have put all that stuff into her body. It's very, very sad, but she was, you have to say, she was a weak personality. Like all the other 27-year-olds, Hendrix and Morrison and all that, they were weak personalities at the end of the day. So, very, very sad, very, very sad. But, it was predictable. It was very, very predictable. Anyway, okay. Let's raise a glass. Get in there, boy. Get in there. There we go. She made a couple of great albums. I love her songs. I love her singing. But she knew what she was getting into, and hopefully, she didn't influence too many of those younger people who followed her. Because that's fairly dreadful. Anyway, raise a glass of Speckled Hen to Amy Winehouse. Cheers. Oh, well. Anyway, here we go. Carl Symphony, yeah, the first album was terrific. Yeah, wonderful, wonderful. Let's see. Okay. Ting Song, R.I.P. Amy. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. Be more Ron. Yeah, be more. Oh, no, we don't want to get into all that. Nice to hear from you anyway, Be more Ron. We don't want to get into all that kind of stuff anyway. So, what are we talking about? Okay. So, basically, these vouchers that I've never used a voucher before in my bloody life. I mean, it's frustrating. It was frustrating stuff, but you do get the feeling that lastminute.com is making it deliberately awkward. I do believe at this moment in time, I will get my money's worth out of that voucher. It's not a lot of money. It's not a colossal amount of money. And, you take the gamble anyway. Everything's a gamble at this moment in time. Hopefully, if I can get it together, I'll book a flight to Crete. I mean, it would have been Mexico, but when I think about it, I don't want to go all that way and then find that, I'm running into hurricanes and stuff like that. I know that the island of Crete will have sublime weather in the month of September, and it'll be a start before going on to other things. So I'm looking at maybe getting a flight to Crete anyway, taking it easy to begin with. Scott Wilkinson, Amy who? See, he's forgotten about it already. Scott Wilkinson. Let's see. Retire and go. Colombia and Costa Rica are still on the menu, Eddie. It's a long winter ahead. Anything's possible. Anything is possible. Anything is possible. What is Richard, Crete or Corfu, both are nice islands. I know that Gabriel Traveller. I don't usually drop other vloggers, but Gabriel Traveller Very, very prolific, and he does. I watch him quite a lot. And he seems to love the Greek islands. I think he's been there many, many times. So, Sting thing. Edward Sweeney, you've been looking at Gabriel Travels vids on Greece. I reckon Crete is a good choice. Oh yeah, I would like to visit Crete. Maybe do a little bit of the history that But what I would find irresistible about a place like that is that I know that part of the world has the most amazing climate, especially in a month like September. I don't think you can really go wrong with it. And I've had enough disappointments in recent times, so. Paul Hoskin, my doctor has told me to stop trying to be a ping pong girl. Okay, good for you, man. Have you ever seen one of those shows in Bangkok? One of those ping pong shows? I wouldn't want to see one of them. I think they're. Did he exist? What is it? Is it Pat Pong where you get those kind of things? I've seen something like that in a couple of the go-go bars in Batai, but I don't want to see that. I really, that's not what I like. Women to be feminine. I mean, bloody shooting ping pong balls out of their orifice, and I don't want to see that. Not for me. Definitely not for me, mate. That's turning it all into something really vulgar. Steve Runshaw, never found a cheap flight on last minute. Skyscanner every time. I use Skyscanner. For the. I think I use Skyscanner. I can't remember what I did last time. Anyway, Carl Tierney, John Travolta said, "Greece is the word." Kipax, you ever been to Japan? I've never been, but I've never been to Japan. The reason being that it's a little bit notoriously expensive, but I would love to try Japan. But I think that country now is very, very much on the red list. For us, I believe it is. I believe it is. Anyway, it's and as for the Olympics there, well, I mean, do you care about the Olympics? I haven't even bothered watching. Well, I don't watch TV anymore. I watch YouTube, and I'd see a little bit of Sky News and whatever, but I don't really watch TV. So as for last time I watched the Olympics, Jesus Christ, they have some really obscure events, don't they? Some bloody dressage. Synchronized swimming. Oh God, they look like a bunch of. All right, they might be really good at what they do, but who cares? I mean, do you really care about? And as for people watch the Olympics. When I was a kid, I watched the Olympics for the track stars. The 100 meters, the man, and all this kind of stuff and all that. The problem is nowadays when somebody comes along and performs amazing, amazing feats, on the track, the 100 meters. People say the obvious thing, bloody steroids. You can't win. You can't win. I remember Ben Johnson. I mean, amazing. He was the hero for in the late 1980s. Canadian athletes, from Jamaica. He was absolutely, amazing. And then, he's a hero 1 minute, villain the next. I think what was the story? He was caught having traces of urine in his anabolic steroids. No, Jesus Christ. Dave Andrew, go to Greece and then Turkey, and then maybe go to Middle East, Dubai, and then at least two of those countries you just mentioned are on the red list for us. At least two of them. Whatever. Who's this? Well, come here. Get your act together, Edward. Together. Who's this? Anthony James. Please stop telling us that you're going abroad for 6 months. Please don't tell us you're going abroad for 6 months. We are not stupid, liar. And he said, we are not stupid, liar. And he spelled stupid as Stupet. Stupid, okay. David, I'm quite sure that you are not stupid, okay. I'll take your word for it when you tell me that you are not stupid, okay. Learn to bloody spell. Stevie H. No, no, that's Anthony. I meant Anthony. I meant Anthony. Anthony is not Stepet. Okay. Right, Stevie H, did he sell brandy in Greece? Love to see you falling about in the testing cellars. I'll tell you what, I mean, I know Turkey really, really well, that country. One thing I would caution you about, when I've ever been in Turkey, and I used to own a place out there, so I know that country really, really well. Uh, be careful of these shorts, the optics and all of that, because they're not always genuine, and people have fallen seriously ill, buying whiskey and brandy off the optics and all that. Be careful about all that. I don't drink that kind of stuff when I'm out there. I just drink cold beer. I find it safer. People have gone blind, drinking. They're not always genuine. Stinkfinger, haha, stupid. Yeah, okay. Okay, let's see. Thailand bound. Good to hear from you, Peter. Good to hear from you. How's it going? Good evening, handsome man. What's beyond the squeaky door this evening? Okay, we got something really, really nice. All I'll say, all will be revealed soon. I made it to Sainsbury's last night anyway. I don't always make it there. I don't always make it there, but I did make it to Sainsbury's. Let's see. I'm gonna grab me grub in a minute. Kenny Wilson, didn't Winehouse die around the same time as Whitney? Sort of. Honestly, honest to God, it just doesn't seem like 10 years that Winehouse, died. Okay. So basically, I'm gonna grab me grub in a minute. Okay. I think it's time for squeaky door. Squeaky door, Sam. Squeaky door time. Be back in a minute. Oh my God. Oh my God. Still 330 in the chat. That's fine by me. Okay. Have I got a treat for you tonight? Okay. So I made it to Sainsbury's yesterday, and I've got the sublime, super duper, lovely, absolutely wonderful Sainsbury's Cornish pasties. There's two of them there. I swear that's Sainsbury's. The big Sainsbury's, not these little local things, do the best pasties around. They really, really, really do. Okay, so I'm going to whack a little bit of tomato sauce on there. Yeah, get in there, boy. Go on, get in there. Don't let me down. There you go. Whoa, nice bit of tomato sauce. There you go. Lovely stuff. A little bit of a sip of speckled hen once again. Oh, I am so looking forward to these. Niall M. suspense is just killing me. Kickbacks need gravy on them. I did actually have gravy. You know, a little bit of veg with them last night. I have gravy and all that, but they're actually quite nice as they are. Colo 55, greedy, no class. Okay. Mike from Wales, you greedy. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna dig my fork into the lovely, and I would rate them very, very highly. You get 4 of them for about £2.50. 4 for 2, bloody good value. Absolutely mega. Okay, here we go. Mmm. Mmm. Yummy. Oh, Jesus. Oh, that's lovely. That's lovely. You don't realize how hungry you are, do you? Mmm. Sublime. Oh my God, that's beautiful. Oh, lovely. 327 people in the chat make me, looking at me making an absolute pig out of myself. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, Paul Hoskin, Eddie's all the best food. Okay. This is real. This should be real pub food. This is real pub food. Okay. And speckled hen. I mean, what more can you possibly want? You got speckled hen, you got Cornish pasties, you got some drunken bastard very, very late at night with an extremely tacky Patrick Moore Sky at night. I mean, come on, you can't possibly want any more than that. I was so looking forward tonight to be able to say to you, I booked a flight, but it just didn't happen because of this voucher thing. I've got to get my money's worth out of it. But they're mucking me about. They're mucking me about there. Mmm. Thailand bound. I don't know why, but I still remember that meal you had in the Red Piano Bar. Oh, jeez, I do remember the Red Piano Bar in Siam Reap. Lovely, lovely. So beautiful, lovely girls in there. Lovely meal. Siam Reap's a wonderful, wonderful town. Oh, I do so miss it. And I really hope that Cambodia and all of those places can get their act together soon. And of course, I hope the people are okay. All of those wonderful people that you meet out there. I really, really do. I really do. Okay. Samo Sour talks about littles out of pasties. Bring back the parties. Better Iron Sparks is better than the BBC. That's not saying much though. Roger Hughes. Even have you ever had the pasty of the food card lady in Pattaya? I've got to say that I'm not here in particular. I'm not saying her in particular. I'm sure she's a nice lady and all that. But generally, the pasties and the pies that you get in Pattaya, I'm not really that keen on them because their pastry isn't. It just isn't up to it. It's got a strange taste to it. Well, okay. This is bloody good stuff. Listen, it's a steady Eddie recommendation. If you want a late night like meal, snack, whatever, to go with your speckled end beer late at night, get down to Sainsbury's and grab the 4 Cornish pasties for about £2.50, and you will not regret it. Absolutely beautiful. Okay, I'm going to take another bite of this, and then we're gonna do our little late night favorite. Okay. So hungry. Paul Hoskin, I have 4 sausage rolls today and a Belgian bun. What's down with the Diet Coke? Because I'm on a diet. Okay. Right. Okay. Okay. You don't realize how hungry I am. I'm gonna finish eating in a moment. I'm gonna finish eating, and then we're gonna. Well, Brian Hudson, have you tried using Google Chrome to book your flights? You're about to make work on Google Chrome. I don't use Google Chrome, but it's one of the vouchers does work. It's the 20 quid patronising voucher, which are, gift voucher they didn't ask for. Thailand bound. Are we doing Roger or Dodgy tonight? Now, it's funny that you say that, Thailand bound, okay, because what we have tonight is the one, the only, the moment that you haven't been waiting for. It's Roger or Dodger, okay? So here we go. What have we got now? Now, you know the principle of Roger or Dodger? The principle is that this fat, drunken, decrepit old bastard sits in a chair, looks at his iPad, and then shows you lots of delectable ladies and asks the question, would you Roger or Dodger this lady? But first, I'm so hungry. I'm going to take another snack of this. Okay, promise you, it's the last one. Then be back. Oh, God Almighty. So that's how good they are. That is how good the Sainsbury's Cornish pasties are. You just can't stop bloody eating them. What have we got tonight? Okay, Roger. Oh, lovely. Very, very nice. Okay, very, very nice. Okay. Now, this first actress is, well, she is an actress. This first lady on Roger or Dodger, let's just have a little look about. Who is this lady here? This is a very popular actress of the last 20 years. I think she's more of a girl next door look. She's very, very popular. You can't deny her success. Who is this? Who was that there? Jimmy Acton, Bob Brown? No, it's not Bob Brown. Come on. You got to know who that is. Okay, here we go. Sandra Bullock. Okay, Billy Shears, Sandra Bullock, Mr. Met, Sandra Bullock. Okay, no, it's not Diane Abbott. No, we don't like Diane Abbott here. Okay, here's another picture of Sandra Bullock. She's a really lovely actress. Now she's hugely popular, and she's a very talented actress. I'm not so sure. Is she a Oscar-winning actress? I'm not too sure. She might have been nominated for one. I think she was in a lot of movies. She was in Demolition Man. I watched that. It was a Sylvester Stallone movie, a science fiction movie with Sylvester Stallone, and I think was it Dolph Lundgren? Some years back. She's very, very talented, very, very likable actress. But is she a Roger or a Dodger? Is she a real Roger or a Dodger? What do you think? Let's see. Asian Paradise, Roger. Using Visit, Roger. Colo 555, Dodgy. Taliban, Dodgy. Oh, you don't like it? You don't like a Stingfield? No, Dodgy, Timothy, whatever. It's a bit of a mixed reaction, but I think the consensus is there she is. Very, very classical picture of her. Now, I like Sandra Bullock, but I must admit she's not really my favorite. You know what I mean? She's not my favorite. She's not and obviously not a sex kitten. She's nothing like that. She's a lovely, good looking woman. But the fact is that I think with Sandra Bullock, she's probably appeals more to women, really. She likes. No, don't get me wrong. She probably appeals more to women, really, because she's the kind of woman actress that appeals to women. I mean, she's sort of like the girl next door, the kind of actors that women can identify with. I can imagine a fella takes his bed out for a night out, and she says, "We'll go to the pictures," and he'll say, "All right, what kind of movies do you want to see?" Hoping she's going to say, "I want to see all those raunchy, sexy movies," and his missus says, "Well, I want to see a movie with Sandra Bullock in it." Because she's got that kind of girl next door look about. She's a kind of actress who would appeal to women. Women would like her. Simply because she's so talented and so nice, really, that they would want to be like her. So Sandra Bullock, very, very nice. Not an obvious, but I mean, I wouldn't say no. Sandra Bullock, is she a Roger or a Dodger? I think a bit of a mixed reaction, but the consensus is that that is definitely a Roger. A lovely, lovely, lovely actress. Okay, and we like Sandra Bullock. Okay, so we're Dickie B, wish I lived next door to her. Rude Potato, she's no Margaret Thatcher. There's only one Margaret Thatcher. Creole Almond, I've heard that Sandra is very hairy. Well, she's just gone up a notch for me. Okay. Yeah, it's something. Jeff, I was lovely lady, but too mumsy for me, so dodgy. Yeah, I wouldn't dodge her. Ricky, I wouldn't kick her out of bed for eating crackers. Okay, that's fine by me. Okay, everyone's got an opinion. Everyone's got an opinion. Oh, I'll say, I'm going to grab myself another beer first of all. Okay. I'll tell you what, I'm going to nice refreshing cold Kronenberg, okay? A pack of 15 Kronenberg from Sainsbury's, 440 millilitres. 15 of them for 14 quid, so that's less than £1 a can. Jesus, you can tell what an exciting life I lead, don't you? Lovely stuff, beautiful. Oh. Okay, what's next? What is Asian Paradise saying? What is Asian Paradise saying? Okay, let's see. Where are we now? Where are we now? Okay, now who is this? This next one. This is not an actress. I mean, what is she exactly? I think she's one of those famous for being famous people. Okay, famous. Who is this? Oh, I got it. Where are we now? Where are we? No, I got it. I got these bloody. I got this all mixed out, all mixed about. Okay, that one there. Who is that? Who is that? Ernest Connell Osborne, MP Sharon Osbourne. Sharon. So yeah, this is Sharon Osbourne. Okay, now Billy Shears, Sharon Osbourne, stick finger at Ozzy's wife. Okay, now that is of course Sharon Osbourne, who is famous, of course. Why is she famous? Well, I think she's famous for being famous. She's one of those people, isn't she? Sharon Osbourne, Dodger, Roger, Dodger. Jesus, the mixed reaction, real Dodger. No, Ozzy. Okay, she is, of course, the wife of the legendary rocker. There's Ozzy there, the crazy rocker himself, the mad rocker, Ozzy Osbourne. Okay. He of the original Black Sabbath. Fantastic, absolutely fantastic. You know, look, Black Sabbath, wonderful. Okay, so she's a good-looking woman. But what is she? Well, she's famous for being his wife, isn't she? Now she's very, very famous, and Ozzy and Sharon are, are usually famous people and very, very wealthy and all that. To Sir John Dodger, only because Ozzy was there before me. He's a real character, isn't he? He's a real character. I mean, he is one of the great, amazing characters of rock and roll. Black Sabbath, well, I think they originated in late 60s, didn't they? And, quite amazing. But Sharon Osbourne, she's become a celebrity in her own right. Now, I think she's done various things. Well, what's she done? She's done, what is it? Britain's Got Talent, is it? Or X Factor? Does she have any musical talent? Does she have any talent whatsoever? I don't think she does, really. Pinball. Her father was a gangster man, as John Arden. Okay. Now, I'm glad you mentioned that, because she's, of course, the daughter of the legendary, notorious gangster, well, I don't use the word, we don't want to say that, even though he's dead now, but the legendary manager from the 60s, 70s, 80s, whatever, rock music manager of bands like the Small Faces and later ELO and whatever, a guy called Don Arden. Now, he was known as the Al Capone of the rock music industry, quite a notorious character. who had all kinds of dodgy stuff about him. Right, he's dead now, so I think I can get away with saying that. One of the stories that I heard about Don Arden when I watched a documentary about him. He was quite an amazing character, but fairly ruthless, and lots of rumors going about, which I won't go into here because there's still some people who maybe may know him. Right, what he managed, I think, was the Small Faces, a band called the Small Faces, who were a very, very good group in the 1960s. And don't forget, these were all like young kids. Groups like the Small Faces, even they were all young teenage lads. They didn't really know a great deal about the world, but they were pretty good at making music. One of the stories, Don Arden managed the Small Faces, and one of the singers from the Small Faces, years later, he said, at that time we were famous, we were making music, we were doing we were doing this, that, and the other, we're having hit records, but we didn't know whether we were millionaires or paupers. And eventually the parents of the Small Faces confronted Don Arden about, where is the boy's money? Where is the money? Where is all this money? And Don Arden's reply to the parents was, what you got to understand is that people in show business spend money, and they've spent theirs. And by the way, they're all on heroin. He was quite a notorious character. But as for Sharon Osbourne, his daughter, I think she fell out with him, didn't talk to him for many years. Don't blame her. But anyway, there's another picture over there. What do you think of Sharon Osbourne? She is a good-looking woman, but one of the things I didn't like, she seems to be very, very vulgar. Isn't it true about, I did read this story about it, that to people she doesn't like, what she does is she sends little Tiffany boxes of excrement. Yeah, that's right, excrement to people that she doesn't like. I heard you were hungry, so I'm sending this little thing of excrement. How bloody vulgar is that? That's disgusting. Oh, that's enough to put me off my corners pasties. No. I think Sharon Osbourne would be a definite dodger for me, not for me. And also, I seem to recall when the tsunami in Thailand took place, Sharon and Ozzy Osbourne came on this advert, and they said, "Come on, send me your money. There's a disaster out there. Send us your money now. We need your money. We need your money." Another case of bloody filthy rich rock stars, targeting the average man in the street is already struggling to pay his council tax to send money when a natural disaster occurs. I don't really approve of that. I mean, if you look at what Sharon Osbourne spends on bloody Versace dresses and all this kind of stuff, I mean, they've got enough money. They've got enough money. I don't approve of rock stars or wives of rock stars targeting the average man in the street to part with his money when a natural disaster. All of these problems should be sorted out by the people who can afford it. But that's just my opinion. Okay, Richard, like Bob Geldof. Yeah, there's another bloody one. No time for them. But what's it? Should we do a quick impression of Bob Geldof? Should we do a quick impression of Bob Geldof? Send us your money now. Give us your money now. Give us your people are dying now. They're dying now. Don't go to the pub tonight. Don't pay your council tax. Get in debt. Run up your credit card bills. Have the bailiffs coming around to take your furniture away from you. Never mind all that. Don't worry about it. Sell your bloody house. But all like it. Just send me your money now. Was that a good impression? Okay, it was something like that anyway. Let's see. Okay. Okay, where are we now? Okay, Johnny G, Bob Geldof is a knob. I wouldn't disagree with that. Let's see. Okay, what are we going to do now? We got another one. Enough of Sharon Osbourne. She's a bloody dodgy for me. Ozzy Osbourne's cool. Amazing rock character. Amazing. But Sharon Osbourne is a dodgy for me. Right, what have we got now? We got a sexy lady now. We got a sexy lady. Okay. Now this is an actress, a very, very talented, very, very fine and elegant actress who who became really popular in the 1990s. She'd really all done in the best possible taste, but, you know, and she really boosted her career by the simplest of movements, the movements of crossing her legs. Yes, yes. Who am I talking about? Who am I talking about? Who crossed their legs in a chair in the 1990s and became a sensation? John Sullivan, Sharon Stone, Jeff Eyes, Sharon Stone. Okay, it was the notorious, the infamous legs crossing scene in Basic Instinct. Okay, now Ernest Connell, Sharon Stone. Oh yeah, lots of them, Sharon Stone. Okay, now that was a legendary scene and all that, and it's amazing that was like about 30 years ago, wasn't it? And it seemed really daring back then. Why? I mean, Jesus, we've been through the 60s, the 70s, the 80s. I mean, you know, a woman crosses her legs in a bloody popular Hollywood movie and whatever, and becomes a sensation because of it. There you go. There's another bit of a there's a better shot over there. I must admit, if I was observing and she suddenly crossed her legs, I'd move in my chair to make sure that I got a bloody good look. Okay, but I don't think she should be famous or notorious for that alone. Sharon Stone. Sharon's, you know, loads of Rogers here, loads of Rogers. Of course, she's a good-looking woman, and she's a very fine actress as well. Excellent actress, Sharon Stone, really charismatic, you know, lovely woman. As for that movie, Basic Instinct, okay, the one that really made her famous, gave her a boost to her career, I actually think she was worthy of better than that. It was not a bad movie. One thing about that movie, which was hugely successful in the 1990s. And that was the movie that a couple of years before it was made, there was this report came out, wasn't it? This news story that a scriptwriter, had been given a record fee, millions, for writing the script. And it was so hot that Hollywood had to have it, and they made it into a movie. And when it came out a couple of years ago, that was Basic Instinct. That was the movie where the scriptwriter, I think, got at the time a record fee for writing the script. And did he deserve it? Well, not really. I've seen that movie a few times. I still can't bloody make sense of the story, whether it's any good or not. It wasn't a particularly good movie. Nothing special. Sharon Stone, was quite amazing in that film. She really did steal that film. But what I think is more notable than that. The director of that movie was a guy called Paul Verhoeven, which I think he's a Dutch filmmaker working in Hollywood. And he is a superb filmmaker. He's terrific. His best genre is actually the violent adult science fiction movies. He was the guy who made the first RoboCop movie, miles better than any of those sequels that came after it. Really great filmmaker. The first RoboCop movie was, Jesus, terrific. He was such a natural filmmaker. He also made one of Arnold Schwarzenegger's best movies, Total Recall, which I've watched many times. It's a superb movie. And I think Sharon Stone was in that. That was before she was in Basic Instinct. And also, I think Starship Troopers, if you've seen that movie, that is an excellent sci-fi. You know, about the bugs on the planet and all. Absolutely terrific. Paul Verhoeven, terrific filmmaker, absolutely superb filmmaker, and I think he was worthy of far better than that, to be honest with you. But here's another one. Okay, Pinball, Starship Troopers. Yeah, excellent. I've seen that many times. Paul Verhoeven, I would actually say, as a film director of violent adult science fiction, I actually think he's better than James Cameron. That is my humble opinion, anyway. But we're talking about Sharon Stone here. Now, before these did Starship Troopers, two great films. Yeah, I love that movie. Absolutely love it. Okay. Before we leave the subject of Sharon Stone, she also played a part of, this dreadful character in Casino, Martin Scorsese's Casino. And I don't know if she's ever won the award. I think she was nominated for Best Actress in that one. Terrific. Really fine actress. There she is, another still from Casino. She was she played an amazing part in that film in Casino. Okay, now what did you think of that film, Casino? That's Scorsese movie. I think it was a full. Was it a full 3 hours? That movie was it a full 3 hour film? Um, do you know something? Martin Scorsese, brilliant filmmaker, an amazing filmmaker, and you know all the actors who were involved in it, Robert De Niro, Sharon Stone, what wonderful and all that. But I seem to recall when Casino came out, a lot of people were really, really, really hostile to that movie. And the reason they were hostile to it is because they felt that Martin Scorsese, this amazingly talented progressive filmmaker, was repeating himself. He was going over the same ground that he'd been over before. It was they thought Casino was basically Goodfellas set in the Las Vegas gambling industry. And I must admit, when I first seen it, I thought, oh, he is repeating himself a bit. You know, the story doesn't, you know, make, you know, it isn't really as comprehensible as what we see in the past. And also, you know, Joe Pesci is playing the same character as he played in Casino. Robert De Niro was playing a different character, but it's basically, you felt at the time that Scorsese should have progressed beyond this gangster stuff by now. But I think that was at the time, people were a little bit disappointed in that movie. But years later, I've watched that film a couple of years ago. I rewatched it, you know, and I must admit, you watch it now, it's a terrific movie. It is a terrific movie. It may have seemed a little bit disappointing at the time, but Casino is a marvelous movie. Absolutely marvelous movie. Okay, let's see. Okay, what do we do? What do we do now? MP, I love Scorsese. Nice to see people stick to what they're good at. Okay, yeah, absolutely. So, what do we think of Sharon Stone? Another shot of Sharon Stone. Another shot of Sharon Stone. There she is. Absolutely wonderful. Okay, and I think Sharon Stone should be worthy of better things than that infamous scene where she uncrossed her legs. Who cares anyway? She's bloody good, and she is a definite Roger. A definite Roger from me. Very talented, wonderful actress. Okay, Sharon Stone gets a thumbs up from me. Oh yeah, absolutely. I wouldn't mind. Okay, I'm not gonna read any more until after the show anyway. Ernest Connell, Roger 30 years ago. I'm sure I've got a picture of her more recently. Yeah, she's still I bet she's still a fine looking woman, very, very athletic looking woman. Okay, so the last, Mr. Tapioggio, Joe Pesci, brilliant in Casino. Yeah, he was brilliant, but he was basically playing the same character with a different name that he played in Goodfellas. And you thought, you know, he's repeating himself here. Scorsese's repeating himself. I mean, there were some really hostile reviews to Casino when it came out, but I think years later, I could watch that film tonight and I could still see the class, the quality of Casino and all that team. You know, absolutely. Okay, so last. But definitely not least. Okay, it's time for a bit of the old retro stuff. Let's go back in time to the 1970s. Actually, this actress, you know, actually goes back before the 70s, but you know, the 70s, 80s, even beyond 1990s. Or very famous actress, very, very famous actress. Not really so much of a star, more of a supporting actress. But I think she has. I'm right in saying she's an Academy Award winner. Okay. So I'd like you to tell me, lovely, lovely woman, okay, who is this? Who is this? Anyone? Is that you? Let's get the right light there. Anyone? Who is that? Anyone? Who is that? Am I getting the right? Who was that? There's a good picture there. There's a good picture. Okay, Billy Shears has got it. It's Sally Field. Now, if you like 70s movies, you would recognize Sally Field. She was in so many movies in the 1970s. So many movies. There's a picture of her there. No, I got that wrong there. Got that wrong. If I got that wrong, here's a picture of her here. Lovely, lovely, lovely bird. Very, very petite. She was quite young there. Terrific actress. I think she's actually won a couple of Academy Awards. Really. Roger, Sally Field, Roger, Smokey, great actors. The Flying Nun, very, very cute. Yeah, I don't know how old you are, mate, but if you watch the movies in the 1970s, she was very, very ubiquitous in a lot of movies. Have really been in a lot of movies. And she was in. We got that one right. We got that one right. Oh, I don't know. Oh, I've got all these the wrong way up. But she was in. There's a picture of Sally Field there. Good-looking woman. Okay. Now she was in Smokey and the Bandit. She was in quite a few movies with Burt Reynolds. In fact, I think she had a fling with Burt Reynolds. And also she was in what? Oh yeah, Forrest Gump. As far back as Forrest Gump, she played Forrest Gump's mother. And when she was in Forrest Gump, she played a great part. She's a naturally talented actress. She at the time of filming that, I think I've got a picture of her here. At the time of filming that, she was actually only 10 years older than Tom Hanks at the time of filming that, but she played a great part in it. Very, very talented. I think she was another one of those actresses that probably appealed to women as much as men, because women, women liked her, sort of as a bit of an icon, whereas the guys wanted to Roger her. Not an obvious beauty, but very, very talented. And I wouldn't bloody say no. I wouldn't say no. Very petite. And there she is as Forrest Gump's mother. There she looks more like Mary Poppins there, doesn't she? So yes, Sally Field, very prolific. I think she was in all kinds of TV shows, AR, as well as being in Forrest Gump, Smokey and the Bandit. Was Smokey and the Bandit a really good movie? I watched that quite recently, And somebody mentioned to me, I was talking about man's movies, movies for men, really. What's the best man's movies? Like Clint Eastwood, they're man's movies. And she and somebody mentioned Smokey and the Bandit was one of the best man's movies ever. I thought, I always thought it was a bit of a tacky movie. The thing about Burt Reynolds, he was a very, very good actor, but he started, after a few series movies, he started sending up his image and making low-budget car chase movies and whatever. But I had an idea that Smokey and the Bandit was a better quality movie than this. So I sat down recently and watched it. And I thought Smokey and the Bandit was a good movie, and Burt was really very, very charismatic with his star quality, no doubt about that. Sally Field played a great part in it. Lovely actors in that. But the actual movie itself, Smokey and the Bandit, I wouldn't regard that as a classic. I wouldn't say that was one of the best. Apparently, that was the most successful movie of the year. In some parts, wasn't it? I don't know. I wouldn't say that was anything special. But Sally Field, we'll have another little glimpse at Sally Field. Another little glimpse at her. Just look at that. She looks like she's off the Flake advert there. Lovely lady, very, very talented actress, popular with men and women. When I say she's popular with women, she's the kind of icon that women would like to be. And lovely, absolutely lovely. That's a definite, absolute Roger from me. I know she was in other decades, but I tend to think of it as very, very much a 70s icon, really. Another picture over there, lovely. Who wouldn't? Sally, we like Sally Field here. Definitely get the thumbs up from me. That's a Roger, okay? So let's see. Jonathan Bolton, she played Aunt May in the Spider-Man films. Yeah, she's very ubiquitous. Yogi Bear, Mrs. Doubtfire. I think she played Robin Williams' wife in that. Stinkfinger, I watched Convoy and it didn't match my memories. A pile of crap. Was Sally Field in Convoy? I know Chris Christopherson. Chris Christopherson was in Convoy, and it was not really one of the best movies ever. So let's see. The consensus is that Sally Field is a definite, absolute Roger from me. Okay, and for a lot of you as well. Great actors. The Flying Nun. She's loads of stuff. Two St. John's, he's too wholesome. I couldn't get hard. When you say wholesome, I mean that's Sally Field. I think you know, she's the kind of actress who would play parts like a waitress or you know, in one of those truck stop places and whatever. She's she's got a certain personality about her, but Poppy Girl looks like a dud to me. No, I don't like Sally Field. No, I wouldn't say no. I wouldn't say no. Okay, Jimmy O'Kanda. What's Revenge of the Nerds? What is the thoughts? I seen that years ago. I think it was fairly. It was all right, wasn't it? It was all right. Nothing special. Nothing special. Mr. Mitch, Burt Reynolds in Deliverance was his best role. It was his best role. Burt Reynolds had been around for years before that, but his star quality was never really recognised, was it? Deliverance was the movie which gave a real boost to his career because he had amazing star quality, and that was the film that really made him a star. Having been in TV series and other things before that. The problem is that after Deliverance, what Burt Reynolds done, he didn't properly capitalise on the star quality. He started, parodying himself, sending himself up. He made a lot of crap movies after that. And, car chase movies, stuff like that. Probably only took him a week or so to film them. So he didn't really, even though he was a hugely popular actor, I think it's, in terms of the quality of his movies, they actually went downhill after Deliverance. Stinkfinger, my mistake, Eddie, was Ali McGraw in Combo. Yeah, that's the one I was thinking of. I think she was married to Steve McQueen, wasn't she? Married to Steve McQueen. Asian Paradise, Boogie Nights was good. Yeah, good movie, that one. Yeah, good movie. Okay, I've waffled on. I've moaned and groaned. I've moaned and groaned. I've ate Cornish pasties. Sainsbury's Cornish pasties are the best. I'm going to heat them up again. I'm going to eat them, okay? We're 1 hour and 26 minutes into this live stream. Basically, the purpose of this live stream is for me to have a bit of a rant about vouchers. I've never used a voucher before, but, my experience with it is not good. I think I'm pretty certain that I will get my head around it and book a flight pretty soon, okay? Remember, I'm hoping September the 6th. That's my target day. September the 6th, that's the day when I want to be on an airplane out of here. Now, Mexico and other places, can leave them for now, but even a month in Crete will be a start. It will be a start. This is a difficult time to travel. Red list, amber list, green list, all this crap. PCR test, having things shoved up your bloody nose within 72 hours of flying. Oh, I never thought I'd love to see the likes of it. But, well, whatever. Okay, let's see. Burt Reynolds overrated. No, I don't think he was overrated. I think he was very, even in Smoking a Bandit, you can see he had natural star quality. But I think he undervalued himself by being in a lot of crap movies. Really crap movies. He's in a few good movies and a lot of crap ones after that. Stinkfinger, Creed, I can't wait to see some vids. I would not mind doing it. I would not mind that at all. Kipax, you have until the next live to book your flight, Eddie. Okay, we'll see. I can't promise nothing, but I really will try my best. Derek Mack, book the bloody flight. Dave, how did you just check the T's and C's in terms of isn't about it, so you're okay? Ernest Connell, a month in Blackpool, maybe the answer. Definitely not. Definitely not. Definitely not. No Blackpool for me, mate. No Blackpool for me. Listen, I'm going to say goodnight on that one. It's almost August. It's peak summer in the UK. It is a diabolical British summertime, which means that it's crap. Okay, remember in the UK, for those of you who've never been there, and there probably are a few who've never been there, in the UK, there's only one rule regarding the weather. You get what you're given, like it or lump it. And it's crap right now. It's absolutely crap. Absolutely crap. Okay. Kippax every last drop. Well, times are hard, mate. Times are hard. You know what I mean? Times are hard. But someone gave me a super chat earlier. Whoever I missed it, but thanks for that anyway. I do appreciate that anyway. Okay. 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 I'm going to say good night. Thank you. God bless you all. Keep thinking positive. We shall return to traveling before long. It's not all doom and gloom. Well, it's mostly doom and gloom, but you know, I'm pretty sure there's light at the end of the tunnel. And I'll see you back on Monday. Back on Monday next week at 10 o'clock UK time. Hopefully, I'll be able to say that I booked a flight because I need to know where I'm going. Next Monday, it will be 5 weeks before I begin traveling again. So I'm hoping to book a flight. I need to get something in the bag. I need to get something in the bag in order to give my life a meaning. You know what I mean? Yeah, I need to get something in the bag. Okay. Good night, everyone. Kippax till it hurts. Joe Hart, Stinkfinger, Mr. Mitch. Okay. Good night to you all, gentlemen. Have a lovely weekend, and I'll see you on Monday. Cheers.